Hi everyone, this screencast is going to go over how to use Google Forms for either quizzes, surveys, or basic information from your students. When you are on your drive, you're going to click New, go to More, and Google Forms is right there for you. As always, we want to title our form first, so we'll make this our example form, or let's make it example quiz. We'll say this is a quiz for our students. Once we do that, it's automatically saving for us, and everything we do will be saved. We are automatically prompted to create our first question. I like to make their first name and their last name questions separate so that when it goes to Google Sheets and the responses, those are in different columns. In order to type in their first name, they need to have text. So, sorry, I went a little fast on that. The question type is here. There's a drop-down menu, and you have different options. You can do a regular text, which is 1 to 2 words, paragraph if you want to have them do short responses, multiple choice, checkboxes, so on and so forth. So we're going to have a text so that they have space to type their first name. We want this to be a required question so they can't move on without answering it, and we'll click Done. So our first question is done. I want to add their last name, so the add item here will work, or you can click this little arrow to do a quick pick on what type of question you want it to be. So the down arrow, I want it to be text again because it's the last name. Ask them to give me their last name. It's already a text. Required question, and done. Lastly, I want to know the class period. This one's going to be a multiple choice question, so they just select which class period they are in. So they are either in first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. Again, I want this to be a required question, and I click Done. So these are the first 3 things I want them to answer for me before they start their quiz. I'm going to insert a page break, which means these are the only 3 questions they'll see, and once they finish those and click Next, then they'll get to see the first question of the quiz. In order to do a page break, again, I'm going to do my little down arrow. Over here under Layout, I can do a page break right here. It asks for a title. You don't necessarily need it, but you can. Click Done, and now you can see there's this break right here after those 3 questions before we go to our next item, and it tells us page 2 of 2. So it's saying that this is the first page they will see. They click Next, and they will see this next page. I'm going to go ahead and put in their first question. So I'm going to add a multiple choice question right here. So what is 1 plus 1? And we'll give them 4 options on this one. Again, this is a required question. They don't need any help text on this, and their first question is done. You can put page breaks between every question if you want. If you have, say, different sections of your test, you can do, 5 or 10 questions and then put a page break. However you want to do that, just remember that that's there for you. When you are finished with all of the questions that you want to have in your quiz, then it's already saved for you, but you can view the live form to see what it looks like. So this is what the students will see when they go to the form. This is the example quiz. Once they enter their information, we'll say example answers, period 1, continue, and there we go. They can submit. That's what will happen for the students. We can exit out. If you want to grade for later on, you're going to want to make sure that you create a key for yourself. The way that I do this, again, is just view the live form. I make the first name answer. I make the last name key. That doesn't matter. Continue. And then I'm going to answer everything with the correct answers, obviously. And later on when we use Flubaroo, that'll be in the next screencast, I'll show you how to use this example the answer key answers to grade your form. So we'll submit our answer key, and then I'll show that in the next one. So just make sure you do that if you're going to use this for quizzes. Now, if you want to have the link to share with your students, again, when you go to the live form, this is the link right here. So all you have to do is copy, and then you can paste that onto your website or wherever you want it to go. Obviously, if you're putting it on the website, put it on a page that's password protected, and you can look at that when we look at doing websites. Lastly, if you want to view the responses, there's a view responses box here. You can also view the live forum up here. The insert, everything is here. So you've got options up here as well as in the form itself. If you exit out of the form altogether, you'll see now that you have your example quiz. This is the form, and then these are the responses. So you can also just go to your drive and you'll see the responses there for you. When I click on these responses, we already have those two responses. So you can see example answers. This would be the student's response, and then we also have the answer key that has the correct answers in it.